Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And wow, to start out with the Star card. This is a great omen. I feel like this is a confirmation for you for something that you've been looking for a sign. Well, this is it. Your star is out there, and I feel like this is you kind of looking up at the sky, and you see that shooting star. And that tells you that, yes, you're on the right path, right? This is spiritual insight into a situation. This is finding the synchronicity, finding the sign, finding the confirmation or the omen that you've been looking for. This is you realizing what star in the company of stars is you and yours, right? So we have a real certainty that's developing about our path in life. Let's put this into some context. Let's see what we're doing. Where are we taking this life? What are we doing with this energy? What are we doing with this confirmation? Yeah. We're trying to resist distractions. We're trying to resist any kind of doubts. We're trying to open up lines of communication, it kind of feels like, right? So we're getting this certainty, and it's kind of like we want to build on that. We have this spiritual insight. We have this omen or this confirmation from Spirit. Now we're trying to open up that pathway and establish a more permanent communication with Spirit. Okay. 6 of Wands. A 10 of Wands. Ooh, look at that. 9 of Pentacles. Yes, this is you living your best life. And we've got this Court card. We've got a Knight of Cups in the future position. Well, that's interesting as well, because I feel like we are trying to establish these lines of communication so that we can proceed to live that life, give this gift away, and express this kind of certainty or this destiny, fate, this meaning and purpose of life out into the world, right? Through our interactions with other people. But we got more air energy. See, now we've got 2 fires, we've got 2 airs. We've got the Art or Temperance card, a Queen of Pentacles, and the Moon card. Very interesting. Very interesting. This is a situation really where, excuse me, we're getting that certainty from Spirit, but we still don't have all the details of something. And I kind of feel like you're the type of person that likes to have all the details, you know. When we see this 9 of Pentacles up here at the top of the Path of the Dove, makes me think that you have a particular vision in mind, and this confirmation that we're looking for from Spirit, we kind of want Spirit to confirm the details. But I don't think Spirit's working like that. I think Spirit is giving you the green light, telling you to go ahead, but is not showing you exactly what the future will look like. Because I think those details, which kind of are related to this earth element, right, are kind of variable, right? They're going to change. They're going to evolve the further along you get on your path. Those details, that final outcome is going to look a little bit different, even though the purpose, the mission, the path is the same, right? So I kind of feel as if you're looking for like a confirmation of the exact details, names, places, dates, all that sort of stuff, right? But that's not what's going on here. And that could be where we're getting some of this 7 of Swords, this air energy, and then the 5 of Swords down here, is because we're wondering now what to make of this. Spirit, it feels like Spirit is giving us a sign, giving us this confirmation, but yet we still are unable to see the exact details, and we don't know exactly how things are going to end up. Because the moon card here at the end, it shows a darkness in the future. It shows that you really are on the brink of a very important change in your life, setting out on this path, and maybe it's a new path. Maybe this is, because we do have this 10 of Wands here, maybe this is the start of the next the next phase of things. I don't like to look at the 10 of Pentacles as an ending, or the 10 of Wands as an ending, or the 10s of anything really as the ending. I look at them as the beginning of a new cycle on a higher plane. So it's a continuation of the work. It's not an ending of anything. It's a continuation, but on a higher rung, on a higher level. Okay. So I feel like that's kind of where you're at right now, that something is kind of wrapping up in one certain phase of things, and you're going to be continuing the work on that higher plane. And we're getting that confirmation, we're getting that go-ahead, even though we don't know exactly what this section of the work is going to look like. We're not going to know until we go, because we are that sun down here in the bottom of this moon card. It is darkness, it is kind of scary. We don't know what the future holds. We're not going to know until we bring our consciousness forward into that future. Okay, all we really have certainty of is what's going on right now, and even that's kind of vague and tenuous. We certainly don't know what's happening a moment from now, a year from now. We can be fairly sure, but we can't really predict names, dates, places, the exact coordinates of things. But we know generally where the energy is moving, and I think that's what Spirit's confirming for you. The energy is moving in the right direction. The details of things may change, and you're not going to really see the landscape until you get there, which is kind of a surprise, right? And surprises are nice sometimes. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. It's going to go right here. Tiny Bob Ross is going to keep an eye on that card for us. And we're not going to look at that card until the end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you have a hunch about that card, go ahead and put your prediction down in the comments, okay? I think we should do it together, make it a group exercise of intuition. Yeah. Let's take another look around the room. You'll have to excuse my throat here. We're still getting over our little bout with the flu this month. We have major arcana, major arcana, major arcana. And I think the art or temperance card here is asking us to temper our expectations. We really want the details. It's like we know what we want, and it has to be exactly the way we picture it. Spirit's telling us, look, the future is always unknown. You're not going to see the exact color of the walls, the wallpaper, the exact date and time. You're not going to be able to see all of the fine details until you arrive in that future. But you've got to temper your expectations or your need to have things be this kind of this detail, this specific. Okay. And then, of course, with the Seven of Swords, it's maybe a little bit difficult for us to do that. All right. So we've got major, major, major. We've got fire. We've got a little bit of water here, which I think is very important because this is the way you're bringing your energy forward. Whatever work this is that you're doing, it's meant to be shared, right? It's meant for, it's meant to be given. It's something, it's a talent or a skill or some sort of work, project, or skill that you have that is, in some way, it's meant to be an expression of your essence, right? And it doesn't mean that you're an artist. It doesn't mean that you're just doing charity work or something. Maybe you are. Either of those things or both. But this is something that is resulting in some physical activity in the world, right? You're out doing something. Whether it's a job, a career, it's a new spiritual quest, or if it's a creative enterprise, if you're starting a business maybe. It could be starting a relationship, it could be building a family, building a home. But it is manifesting your essence. It is a way of you expressing your heart, okay? And that's what this card is all about, right? The Knight of Cups. It's the unstoppable expression of what's within us. Yeah. And so this is a very good card for this position. It shows the way that you are approaching the world. And this is the face that you're putting forward, right? And we have all this kind of stuff behind us, which I think the Ten of Wands could, in some ways, it could be talking about the closure of this last phase of our work. Okay. The last cycle that we were on maybe now has reached its natural end. And it's time to continue the work on that higher plane. I don't really want to call it an ending. But it might be a wrapping up of something. Okay. I know I'm kind of mincing words here, but the idea of the Ten of Pentacles is something that it's a creative effort that has naturally reached its exhaustion. We've used all the fuel in that fuel tank. It doesn't mean the journey's over. It's not an ending. It just means we need to refuel. It means we need to, stop somewhere and get gas and then continue our journey, the next phase of our journey, right? So something that you've been involved with has kind of naturally run its course, okay? And so I think the cycle is, again, our work is continuing on a higher plane. Yeah. With the Six of Wands here, I do feel like there's a collective with you. I feel like there's a lot of energy around you, and I don't know if this is people or if there's a lot of spiritual energy around you, right? But I feel like you're kind of leading the charge, you're leading the pack somewhere. And it could be that you're the head of the family. It could be that you're leading this business, that you're the one in charge. You're the one responsible for bringing everybody else over the finish line with you. Yeah. And I think this is a journey where you really have learned a lot about yourself. I think that you've had to overcome a lot of difficulties. Okay. I feel like you've had a lot of events in your life that have confirmed the presence of spirit. You know what I mean? I feel like you've had a lot of either like these near-death kind of experiences or very extreme moments in life where you really honestly felt spirit with you. And miracles, right? And I think that that's really reinforced that connection that you have. And back here to the middle here with the star energy, I feel like you're always trying to continue that relationship and really tap into that spiritual energy. We see with the star card that it is really all about that divine light coming into our consciousness. And then we see that it is doing a couple things. It's pushing out all the stuff that is not meant for us. It's pushing out all the, bad energy. But it's also us transmitting that spiritual light out into the world. It's not just coming into our consciousness and we're hoarding it, right? We're letting it flow through us in our relationships, in the things that we do, the way that we are, in our vibe, our aura, okay? And this is what you're looking to do with your life, with your experience here on this plane. But with the Seven of Swords, you'll have to forgive my voice today. With the Seven of Swords, there is still a little bit of static in the lines. There's still a little bit of, I think sometimes doubts, sometimes a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions coming from other sides of our mind that lead us into some sort of doubts, right? Especially when we can't exactly see the future. And we have this kind of expectation. This is what we really want. We have this idea of our picture-perfect life, down to the color of the rocks in the driveway, or the types of plants in the yard, and the exact kind of time and date and the weather and everything. We have a very specific vision of the life that we want to live. And I think we're starting to get a little bit of this. We're seeing that there are a lot of variables, that our path, there is not just a fork in the road, but the road is forked in many directions. And this could really be giving you a little bit of anxiety. We see down here with the Five of Swords, not knowing which one of these roads really leads to that 9 of Pentacles that we want, right? So we're trying to take the lesson of this Art or Temperance card. And this is to say we're following our heart, we're following Spirit down whichever road it takes us, even if it kind of goes against our own personality expectations, right? We have this specific, see, we've got that Ace of Swords right there in the middle. And that's what we want. We're trying to go straight up that Ace of Swords directly to our living our best life and all the details that we've chosen, kind of. But we see that there are a lot of other little side paths and highways and byways off this main road. Right? A lot of detours here. And I think Spirit is leading you down different roads for a reason. And we're trying to learn the lesson, trying to temper our expectations that the specific details of our life and of what we're doing don't matter so much. What matters is this. What matters is that you are receiving the divine light and you are expressing it forward in your life. These details are going to change. That's why this is a 9 of Pentacles, because a 9 is an odd number, and that's why this is a 7, because it's an odd number. It's an action. It's a function. It's not a state. It's not a solid detail of something, right? It's a verb, not a noun. So we're traveling this road. We're living this life, and we're going to see a lot of different things. A lot of these details are going to come and go, okay? Spirits tell me that you're a healer of some kind. I don't know if it's a spiritual healer or physical healer, but that's kind of part of what your work is geared toward, is lifting people up or healing people, or kind of with the 6 of Wands too, bringing people to a certain level of accomplishment. I don't know what exactly that is, but it's healing energy. Yeah. Let's go to the path of the Serpent now. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I do appreciate that. So we've got the 5 of Swords here. And this is our ability. Again, it's an odd number. It's movement. We're not fixed in anything. We're fixed down here with this 6, right? Because this is that victory. This is that beautiful, harmonious state, the win-win-win situation that we want. And this is what's within us. And this is the idea that in all of the changing circumstances, right? 7, or 9, 7, and 5, odd numbers. All of these are odd numbers. In all of this change, in all of this movement, right? In all of the verbs, there is the noun. There is that idea of us being solid and connected and identified with our star, really, with ourselves, with Spirit. So there is that which remains in us, despite all of the changing circumstances and all the road and all the kind of landscape that goes by us when we're driving in our car, you know. And the 5, I think, is us trying to come to terms with that, trying to be okay with that, and understanding that if we have too much of a rigid belief or a rigid expectation, we are always going to be disappointed. Spirit will find a way to make us feel that we've kind of lost that we did not attain that. And it's a lesson. It's our own ego doing it. Because we say, I expect this to go exactly a certain way. It never is going to. Right? It never is going to. But that doesn't make it any less perfect. So we've got to be willing to let go of some of these expectations and ideas and beliefs that we have. Right? The mental thing, the way our mind works, sometimes it really prevents us from seeing that confirmation, from getting connected with Spirit, from seeing the perfection of something. We're too busy analyzing it. We're too busy splitting things up into categories. This was good, this was bad. I wanted this, I didn't want this. I like the blue wallpaper, not the red wallpaper, or vice versa. And so we're busy doing that rather than perceiving that starlight and perceiving something that goes higher than that. It's not really about the color of the wallpaper, but the home that you're in, or the energy that you have, or the reason why you're there, or the way that you are interacting with this environment. The details are just the details. The color is just the color, right? And what I've learned with my wife and daughter is that I don't see colors the same way as most people. I'll see something brown and I'll think it's purple. This really could be a brown shirt. I've been calling it purple. I don't know. I'm not colorblind or anything, but I don't see colors the same way as, at least the few people that I've talked to. So the details don't matter, but it's how we feel about things, how we perceive that energy. Not with our physical senses, right? Not with our intellect, not with our dissecting mind. Yeah. And so we have this opportunity now to feel like we have succeeded, to feel that we have this opportunity to really get to our dream life, our best life. Rather than having this kind of disappointment or expectations that aren't met. See, this card is all about being defeated. This card's all about victory. So we kind of have to choose which one we're going to invite in. Okay? If we have rigid expectations, we're always going to be defeated by life. And it's not to say that you shouldn't set your aims very high, that you shouldn't aspire literally to the stars, But we have such a fixed way of perceiving that victory that if things don't line up exactly, we feel like we didn't get it, So Spirit's asking us with the Art or Temperance card to temper our expectation. Set the bar really high. Set your expectations astronomically high. Yes, it's the details, though, that we get so kind of obsessed with. That surface level of the appearance of things, the color of the wallpaper, it doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter. But when we temper our expectations, again, I want to reinforce, it doesn't mean that you're lowering your expectations. Just means that we're trying not to be so fixed in what those details are. And then we look at the Queen of Pentacles here, and this is someone who's sitting in their best life. But they're missing something. We don't want to be that person. This person is looking at the past and wondering, did I take a wrong turn somewhere? I don't like the color of the wallpaper here. What did I do wrong? Nothing, because these are the details of things that we can change. It's easy, right? I mean, it's not easy. I don't know. I've never put up wallpaper. But these are things that can be changed. The details don't really matter. The physical form of things is always changing. But there is that spiritual essence running behind everything. That is what really creates that dream life, that best life. Some of us dream, and we have this dream that we're trying to manifest, and the colors, the time, the date, the location, everything has to be exact. We have this very specific dream. That's always going to remain a dream, right? So this is that energy that kind of regrets some of the choices that have been made, right? And I think if you're following Spirit and you are allowing your mind to be surprised and to go down these different roads where Spirit leads you, and we're always trying to manifest and express our heart and our gift and feel our way through things, we'll avoid this card. This card's in the position of what we do not want. We don't want to reach, let's say the end of our life or the climax of our life and have regrets. The one thing that we'd regret is not following Spirit, not following our heart. Okay? And I think it's leading you into a lot of unknown territory. I think it's leading you into this moon energy. But again, you are the sun that's right there at the bottom of that card. And that is you illuminating things. It's kind of like we don't know the colors of the wallpaper until we get there and we see, oh wow, look at the walls. Beautiful. Appreciating things for what they are, not for what we wish that they would have been. Yeah. And not just in the future, right now even. And it's all about the state of mind. We could flip this card right upside down. Why don't we do that? Why don't we flip that card upside down? Why don't we do an affirmation card from the language of flowers and put this right here on that? The cactus flower, endurance. Hold on, you can do this. I don't know how that really fits in with our topic, but the cactus flower, endurance. You can do this. And I think that really is kind of related to this moon energy, because it's hard to endure a path, right, if we can't really see what is ahead of us. We can't see the next step until we take it. And that's kind of just think about it. That's kind of exhausting, right? Have you ever closed your eyes and tried to walk, let's say on your lawn or something, right? Don't try it, because you might fall in a hole and whatever, sprain your ankle. But I remember doing that as a kid, and every step that you would take is kind of that, it's very intense. Every step is very intense because you can't see. You don't know where your foot's going to land. Once you land and you feel, okay, it's solid ground. Okay, that's a relief. And we got to take another step. Every step we take is unknown to us until our foot lands and we say, okay, this is solid ground. Right? But this is how progress is made. This is how we are going to approach our dream life. And your dream life is waiting for you right on the other side of this card. Maybe with the mystery card. Yeah. I feel like this is that dark doorway, and Spirit is asking you, just take that step across that threshold and put your foot down, and you will feel the solid ground on the other side. Yeah. So this is a big moment for you. Let's look at the mystery card. I feel like this is a defining moment in your life. Mystery card. Let's get some water energy in here, right? Let's get some more of this stuff. Let's get a 9 or a 10. I think a 9 of cups. Yeah, 9 of cups. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Oh, a King of Pentacles, eh? There's a reluctance to move from this position. Yeah. See, we've got the King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles too. This, I think, is what we would regret most of all, staying put. Like I said, what the Queen of Pentacles might be regretting is not letting this spiritual energy, this heart energy, this love, this divine light flow through you. Even when we can't see exactly what it's leading to until we get there, this is the work here. This is the mission. This is your purpose. So the one thing that we are going to come to regret is if we don't do that. Because the King of Pentacles is fixed earth energy, stuck in that chair, sitting there for so long that, look, the plants and everything have grown around them. Life has gone on without them. That is the life that we'd regret. Okay? That's the only regret that the Queen of Pentacles should have, is the life that we did not live. That we sat here, refused to move, and then nature just overtook us. The world went on without us. That divine energy just passed right through us and over us and beyond, and we didn't participate. That's the only regret. All right. We're going to do an extended reading too, Scorpio, if you want to stick around for that. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Scorpio every Wednesday and Saturday. I'm here every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. You can come back and see me again tomorrow. Also, check out my wife's page. She is over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. She does wonderful readings, absolutely marvelous stuff. Check in with her readings as well. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.